Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It is Thursday. It's the 20th day of October. It is National Brandied Fruit Day today. National Chicken and Waffles Day today. National Youth Confidence Day. That's a good thing to have. National Get Smart About Credit Day. That's also a good thing to have. And Get to Know Your Customers Day today. So all of those things happening on this Thursday. And I have a Dear John letter today. And speaking of getting to know your customers, it's about a person who had the maintenance man from their apartment in their apartment, and they didn't know this person was going to be there. It is an interesting letter. You can chime in with advice if you'd like on our Facebook page. That is facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. And I want to throw this out there as well. If you're maybe looking for some advice, you can also submit a Dear John letter at the same place, and we'll maybe answer your Dear John letter next week. You can do that also.
You can only be so lucky.
Oh, yeah. We got some great advice.
Crack advice.
It is great advice. You can get that at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At bettercreditcards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. One of the biggest complaints among job hunters these days, according to a poll, is a lack of information on salaries being offered. Among those who have sought employment in the past 5 years, an employer's failure to disclose pay levels followed only by being turned down due to no experience in the interview process as far as, bad things that they don't like. And yes, maybe companies should be more forthright about what their pay level is. The same study says that 55% of workers say they'd be okay with their colleagues knowing how much they earn. They're like, I wouldn't mind if everybody knows how much I'm making. 31% said they're kind of neutral on the idea, and only 9% admitted to being unhappy about the idea of everybody around them.
Yeah, I don't think I would
how much
want
they make.
my coworkers knowing.
Yeah, I have no idea how much Heidi makes, but I see that wad of cash in your purse. You never picking up the tab or anything. And 73% agree greater transparency over salaries would make things fairer in the workplace. All right. Surveys and studies and such.
Life isn't fair. It should come down to merit.
There you go. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
How much do you pay for your wireless phone? Some people spend hundreds of dollars every month for their family. That's crazy! Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Not 50, 15, 1-5. Yeah, $15 a month for premium wireless. It's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can keep your same phone number. You may even be able to keep your same phone. Find out now at Mintervention.com. Learn more and sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by RadioTravelGroup.com. Heidi, did you know New York will become the first U.S. city to test a new vehicle system that could stop drivers from speeding by recognizing speed limits and either issuing visual or audible alerts or preventing the vehicle from even going over that limit? Speed limit technology, recommended by the National Transportation Safety Board, will be installed in 50 of the city's fleet vehicles. Wow. After more than 20,000 deaths on U.S. roads this last year alone, the NTSB has called on the government to incentivize car makers to put speed limiting systems in new cars. So they're saying that would be the answer.
Too much control. I don't like it at all.
I don't know if that is the answer or if that is not the answer.
The answer.
You never know. That could be. Maybe we'll look back and go, that was it. That's all it took. Or we could find out that it wasn't. But one way or another, we'll find out. We don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Khloe Kardashian recently revealed a skin cancer scare, which resulted in a tumor being removed from her face. She got candid about the issue on social media. I am not keeping up with the Kardashians, so I didn't know anything about this.
No, I didn't know anything about this.
I'm really happy to hear that they caught it early. It sounds like things are going to be good. Friend of the show, and super funny guy, Mr. T.J. Miller and Mr. Ryan Reynolds. They recently had a little squabble in the news about, Ryan Reynolds supposedly not liking T.J. Miller and yada, yada, yada. Anyway, their Deadpool drama is dead in the water. Miller has revealed that his former co-star reached out to him through email after Miller alleged that Reynolds was horrifically mean to him on set. So he was on a radio interview, and he said there was just a misunderstanding, and he called Reynolds cool, and he's a good dude, adding, it was very cool for him to say, hey, I just heard that you were upset about this. We sort of hashed it out quickly, and he said he felt bad and feels like maybe this was misconstrued. So, and Emily Ratajkowski.
I just love, how can you not love Ryan Reynolds?
Absolutely. And Emily Ratajkowski is enjoying her freedom. The My Body author who filed for divorce from Sebastian Bear McLeod last month confirmed her relationship status and dismissed a question about her rumored romance with Brad Pitt.
Okay.
And if this somehow affected your life, seek help immediately. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At bettercreditcards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. Here it is, Heidi. Your annual excuse not to rake leaves this is a good one too. The Nature Conservancy of Canada has green-friendly response for those of us who would like to avoid the backbreaking and callus-creating task of clearing the leaves. They say, just don't do it. Why not? Well, here's 3 benefits to keeping the leaves in the yard during fall. First, it helps biodiversity, as there are many native insects and small critters like frogs and toads that will hibernate under the leaves during the winter. As well, it is a food source for birds like robins. They will often flip the leaves over to look for insects to eat. Okay, so it's kind of a pro and a con for those insects.
I have no problem with not raking, though. I've never understood the reason for it.
The other benefit is to the lawn itself. It says leaves provide a natural mulch when they break down, which helps soil development. When large piles of leaves can impact the growth of grass and other plants that come up in the spring. And they say a thin layer of leaves can help maintain the health of gardens and lawns.
See? There you go.
All of these benefits. So, and Heidi just bought me a new leaf blower, so I'm torn. I want to use it, but I probably won't. And finally, this is a very cute video. If you've got the ability to click and watch a video, it's like a 12-second video. Doesn't take long. It's a really quick little video. But a video of a turtle perched atop another turtle has gone viral. The turtle on top has their feet stretched straight out, and it's set to the soundtrack from the 80s movie Dirty Dancing.
Oh, cute.
It looks like the turtles are practicing the famous lift scene.
Oh my gosh, that's so adorable.
It is very adorable, and I can see why this has gone viral. I've got a link to it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
How much do you pay for your wireless phone? Some people spend hundreds of dollars every month for their family. That's crazy! Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Not $50, $15. Yeah, $15 a month for premium wireless. It's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can keep your same phone number. You may even be able to keep your same phone. Find out now at Mintervention.com. Learn more and sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
And it's time right now for Dear John Letters.
Dear John, dear John.
All right, this is a bizarre letter, and I'm actually really excited that Heidi's in here because she has worked in a capacity where she'll have some inside knowledge on this topic. But here is the Dear John letter. Dear John, I recently rented a different apartment. There have been times that I've come home to notice things seem to have been moved. I've never completely been sure, but it seemed like it to me. Last week, I was home from work with the flu. I was sleeping. Then I woke up as I heard some noise in the kitchen. I went out to discover the maintenance man inside my apartment. He seemed shocked to see me there. He said he was changing the smoke detector batteries. I told him, it's okay, I'll do that. I'm wondering if he comes in here often. I called the office and left a message, but I've not heard anything back. I thought they needed to let me know if they were going to be in my apartment. I kind of want to move now. I know it seems like I'm overreacting, but I really don't feel safe. If I do make a big deal of it and he gets fired, he will also most likely know that it was because of me. I'm not sure what to do. Any ideas? Thank you, freaked out renter. So Heidi worked as an apartment manager a couple different companies, and for several years that you did this.
Yep,
So,
and I loved it.
So first of all, tell me, do you know, is that like a law that they need to let you know if you're
Yeah,
going to be?
you have to get a 24-hour advance notice.
Is that just a like company by company? Is it
Nope,
gonna be different?
it's the law.
Is it a law? Mm-hmm. So yeah, so they're supposed to. Now I wonder if this person
And
had,
they might have, and maybe you didn't receive it. If they knocked on the door, maybe you didn't hear the knock because you were sleeping and you
Yeah.
hadn't been feeling well.
Now-
it's not typical where you're going to run into a situation where somebody's just coming in and out of your apartment because, first of all, it's very hard to do that undetected by somebody in the company. So I really doubt that that's what was going on.
Yeah, hopefully not.
But you never know. I mean,
and the thing is, so let's break this down. The first part of the letter says that they feel like things maybe had been moved around. They've never been completely sure, but they seemed like. Now, I've had that happen personally without anybody coming in.
Yeah.
Part of it is I'll set my phone down and then I'm looking around
And
for my
you'll
phone.
forget
I have
where
no
it
idea.
is.
But I could easily go, well, somebody moved my phone. No, I just set it somewhere else and forgot about that.
Right.
So that could be the first part. But I think where this person's letter is all coming together is they're going, okay, I already feel like somebody's been in my apartment. And then I caught somebody in my apartment. So I think that it's all coming together really quickly. And again, I would find out, did you notify me that you were coming in to do the smoke alarm? Because I don't remember you notifying me.
right.
If they put that in with, wherever you're supposed to be paying your rent, and because that could be like, if they had that posted where you go to pay
it's
your
supposed
rent.
to be a notice on the door.
Oh, okay. See,
It comes to you directly.
well, and again, so if they posted it on the door and somebody walking through the hallway took it off the door, again, how do they know that this person saw it? So
Yep.
I'm trying to come up with.
Maybe ask a neighbor or two.
There
Did
you
you
go.
get notice of
There you go.
maintenance entering your apartment?
Yeah, and that could be because again, I'm hoping nothing terrible or nefarious or bad is happening. And it says when this person went out and noticed them in the apartment, he said he was changing the smoke detector batteries. I wish they would have said, and he was doing that, or he had batteries in his hand, because, if you just walked in, he was chugging milk out of your fridge. That's a whole, I was just changing the smoke detector batteries. So, but it doesn't say, and it says on here, I said I would do that. Okay. And I'm assuming with an apartment building, they're probably going to, I have to do that. Like we have to make sure that happens because it's not just your apartment.
Yes,
It's
it's the whole building. And that is a thing. They do have to do that.
Yeah. But again, I would assume that they would let people know that. So
They do.
Before you get to, it's on here, it says, seems like I'm overreacting. Again, at the end of the day, if you don't feel safe, that's your personal thing. So don't feel bad about that. And if you go and say, hey, is it possible for me to move? Maybe you'll get permission to leave. I don't know how long your lease is, but I don't think I would move over this. I would talk to the office. You left a message and you haven't heard back. Maybe they've even heard back by now because this was from last week. Mm-hmm. If you would like to chime in with some advice, you can do that on our Facebook page, facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. And if you happen to be that maintenance man, I'm just kidding. How weird would that be to get the letter from next week? Dear John, I was just trying to do my job. No, you can chime in with your advice. And if you have a request for a letter, you can do that all at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At bettercreditcards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
We've talked about this before. There was a third Apple founder, Ronald Wayne. He sold 10% of Apple for
Poor guy.
$800 in 1976.
Man, talk about kicking yourself.
Yeah, that's, I bet he's some regrets there. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
A whale's heart beats about once every 6.5 seconds. So that's pretty interesting. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Most toilets flush in E flat. So somebody had to check. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
When you talk, you spray about 2.5 microscopic salva droplets per word. I know some people who do way more than that.
I do as well.
And another fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
In 2009, they searched for the Loch Ness Monster. They came up empty of monsters, but they did find over 100,000 golf balls.
Oh, yeah, that's fun.
And one more fun fact for you,
What's
Heidi.
that, John?
In Antarctica, sunsets can appear green. How cool is that?
Ooh.
There you go. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
How much do you pay for your wireless phone? Some people spend hundreds of dollars every month for their family. That's crazy! Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Not 50, 15, 1-5. Yeah, $15 a month for premium wireless. It's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can keep your same phone number. You may even be able to keep your same phone. Find out now at Mintervention.com. Learn more and sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day.
Yay!
It's brought to you by Mintervention.com. Here's your question, Heidi. 46% of people say they would do this along with a good friend. What is it? You've done it. I've done it. They would do this with a good friend. What is it?
I have no idea.
They would get a tattoo with a good friend. You and Georgina had gotten
We did. Yes, we did.
Are they matching or complementary?
They're matching until I added words around mine.
You got a quote from SpongeBob on yours.
Did.
She's an adult, but she acts like a 12-year-old with a credit card. All right. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way courtesy of Mintervention.com.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At bettercreditcards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A woman was somehow scammed into paying $30,000 to help a Russian astronaut, wink, wink,
What?
that she met online because he needed the money to return to Earth from the International Space Station.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Japanese news outlets are reporting that the citizen fell in love with a man claiming to be a Russian astronaut. Well, first of all, that would be a cosmonaut. And she sent him 4.4 million yen, which is $30,000.
Oh, my gosh.
She was doing this to help him arrange a ride back to Earth.
A ride. Just
Yeah.
get a cab.
Just trying to get a galactic Uber. She sent her online lover the money in 5 installments, but
that's awful.
ended up alerting the police after he kept asking for more. He's like, "Oh, that's almost enough. That's not quite going to cover it. I need a little more."
Oh my gosh, that's just painful.
It is very painful and very sad that happened. Please don't send money to people in outer space that are claiming they need to head back. I can't believe we even have to say that. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. We're sneaking right up on Halloween. I have the list of the best Halloween candy according to experts.
Right.
These are experts.
This is definitely an opinion
I agree with some of
thing.
this. So you go ahead and tell me, what's your favorite Halloween candy, Heidi?
I would have to say the Snickers.
Okay, we'll see if yours is on the list. I would say either Snickers or Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
Yeah.
My two faves. I also like Almond Joy, which is not on the list. So here we go. Number 1, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Boom. It's the number 1. Number 2, Twix. That's pretty good. Number 3,
Yeah.
Sour Patch Kids. I like those.
Yum.
Number 4, Snickers.
Yum.
And number 5 on the list, Starbursts. And I agree with that.
Really?
Yeah,
Starbursts?
Starbursts. They made the list. It should be noted that it's because they have different flavors. They say orange is out of question. Pink is considered the holy grail.
Orange is one of my favorites.
I know. It's why we get along so well.
And the lemon is one of my favorites.
those, you know what? When I open it up, I go, oh, orange and yellow. And then Heidi's like, I want the orange and yellow. And I was like, will you marry me? It was our first time we ever talked. She was sitting on a bus, and I was next to her. Wasn't quite that, but no, I'm like, I get the red ones and the pink ones.
Yeah.
She gets the awful ones.
Oh, they're my
All right.
favorite.
It's the list brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At bettercreditcards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way courtesy of insurancechicken.com. Our quote today is from Buddy Hackett. Oh, I thought Buddy Hackett was so funny. He said, as a child, my family's menu consisted of two choices. Take it or leave it. I cannot say that because I was very spoiled. My mom was so nice to me. I don't like onions.
Which is why you are so picky.
I don't
today.
like onions. And she would always make a little something extra, hey, I made this one for you with no onions. And I look back and go, why'd you do that, Mom? I mean, I am so spoiled. I really am. I love you, Mom. Quote of the day comes your way courtesy of insurancechicken.com. This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news. I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of radiotravelgroup.com. Okay, here's the story. In Dubai, 150 people, smartphones out, watched as an electric flying taxi took off in the first public display of what the not-too-distant future could be like. A gaggle of flying taxi companies around the world all seem to be on the verge of populating our skies with different versions of this. They call this one the eVTOL. It's a vehicle or electric vertical takeoff and landing vehicle. Xpeng Motors X2 flying taxi used in the exhibition is a teardrop-shaped two-seater that can cruise at 1,000 meters, about 80 miles per hour. The battery can power a 35-minute flight, enough for a CEO quick carbon-free jaunt across the skyline. The test was unmanned and done by automated control. So there was nobody in this when they were doing it. But what they're saying is this could probably, it's not going to replace cars right away, but it would replace helicopters. So they're saying this would be, to get from here to there. And I think that's kind of an interesting thing. I remember when, what do they call those things? The drones, the little toy drones. When those things first came out, I said, this is going to be the future of flying cars. It'll be like a big drone with seats in it. And you laughed at me. That's what a lot of these kind of look like to me.
Yeah.
They look like drones with seats in them. So you're not jumping on board one of these, Heidi?
Definitely not. No.
All right. Well, I'll just have to ride around in my drone by myself. By the way, I couldn't afford even a ride in one of these, so I certainly couldn't afford one.
Well, if you message that lady that we talked about earlier, she might send you some cash to be able to do it.
Yeah, there's a lady that gave a guy a whole bunch of money to...
An astronaut.
He was supposedly a Russian astronaut, which is not a thing. That's a cosmonaut. But needed to get a ride home from outer space, and she gave him a bunch of money. So
that's so
don't do that.
Funny.
All right. Good news brought to you by radiotravelgroup.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Thursday.